Welcome to the Unbox webinar, first webinar for 2016. What site search will look like in the year 2016. In this webinar, we'll take you through our top site search predictions for 2016. My name is Monal Patel, and I'm from Unbox, and this is going to be a webinar series that we're going to do all throughout the year, and we talk about very specific topics that help online retailers solve challenges and identify opportunities to grow their business. Each webinar comes with a different topic, with different focus, and today we came to talk to you about our predictions for this year. So we've jam-packed this with 20 plus predictions for our conversation today. For those who are new to our webinar series, welcome, first of all, and let me give you a quick overview about Unbox. We are a California-based company with about 1,200 customers globally and 300 right here in the US. What makes us unique is that we have solved some of the site search problems that were not solved before. Our solution is customizable for all our customers, regardless of the size, and we are very competitive in our services, from pricing to infrastructure and support. So before we begin, I want to make sure we do a quick poll just to get an idea of the audience that we have today and get the sense of what everybody is interested in and what focuses we have for site search. So let me just launch a quick poll if you don't mind. All right, so the question is site search a key focus area for you in 2016? I'm sure some of you have joined us because that is the focus, whereas some of you might have joined just out of curiosity. So we just want to understand what our audience really looks like today, so we can probably customize the conversation today slightly to that bend. Okay, I'll give everybody 10 seconds to sort of put in their vote. We've got almost 80% of the people giving their votes, so we're just waiting for the last 20%. Last few there. Okay, awesome. So this is fantastic. So it seems like, based on the polls, about 55% are considering it as a high focus area, and the remaining are split between, say, no and maybe. So let me take a few minutes here before we start our predictions, just to make a case for the ones who are not absolutely sure about the growing importance of site search and why it should be a focus for you in 2016. So, okay, so really quickly, site search, we understand, isn't high on priority list for some e-commerce professionals, and a lot of times it is primarily because there are a lot of other shiny objects coming around, like the beacons and personalization or mobile. And while all of these other new areas or solutions or problems are important, we also want to make sure why site search becomes extremely important, especially for your conversion goals. So here's in our experience, and what we've seen this in several studies, is that site search is an understated strategy. However, investing in a better user experience can help you meet your conversion goals. According to a study by Rackspace, 34% out of 2,000 customers surveyed said that they will give up browsing a website after 10 minutes if they can't find what they want. This clearly shows that product discovery, or the lack thereof, is a major customer pain point. And sometimes for 10 minutes is a very long time. Customers sometimes give up in less than 2 minutes if they can't find the right sort of product. The same study also mentions two key frustrations that are directly related to poor search experience that is so common on e-commerce sites today. One is inability to narrow down results, which is due to the irrelevant search systems, then lack of personalization, lack of poor faceted search, etc. Another study that surveyed B2B businesses, B2B e-commerce companies, mentions that 45% of respondents consider advanced site search and navigation as a key capability for ensuring customer satisfaction and conversions. In our own experience, we have one large enterprise client, and they are in the apparel space, the fashion and apparel space, And they use Unbox Search, and the results they've seen have been exceptional. For instance, after using Unbox, search exit rates have reduced by 79%, search revenue has increased by almost 46%, and the conversion rate increased by 60%. For a mid-sized enterprise, the numbers are slightly different because you would imagine different types of customers searching versus not searching. The search exit rate, again, you can see here, has reduced. Search conversion rate has improved, and the revenue has also improved significantly. So if conversions is the end goal, which is truly is for all e-commerce companies, site search can be a very important tool to help you improve your conversion numbers for this year. Okay, so what does this tell us other than that? Site search needs to be a key focus area for e-commerce companies looking to fix a leaky funnel, improve findability, and ultimately conversions and improve customer satisfaction. But the world of e-commerce site search is constantly evolving, right? New technology, usability guidelines that are being practiced, changed every day, and a lot of experimentation and best practices come out of those experiments. So how can you keep up? Well, that's what we are here to share with you, our predictions of what is going to be something new that comes up and is going to be incredibly critical in terms of success for site search for this year. So we've divided our conversation for predictions into three segments. One is technology. What is the core technology of site search and how is that improving? Second, in mobile, extremely important area. Everybody has reported that their mobile traffic has increased year over year, and there's no way that that's going to stop. In some global countries, we have found ourselves finding 90% of the traffic coming to a site is coming from a mobile device. So that is where everybody's headed anyways. And then the last piece of it is the usability, the experience and control that you as a retailer and as a customer experiences through site search. All right, so we'll start off with some predictions about where the site search technology is heading. With all the recent changes Google has made in its search algorithms, user search behavior is evolving to expect hyper-relevant, personalized, and contextual search experiences wherever they search. And why is it important to track Google and some of the behemoths, Amazon, Walmart, etc.? Because a lot of customers shop at those sites, a lot of customers use those sites, and they expect that same type of experience on any other site. So you want to make sure that when customers are used to using a particular feature in Google, that better become available on your site as well, because that's what the expectation is set to be. So starting with site search is becoming personal. From a technology perspective, e-commerce site search is moving to a one-to-one personalized experience. Retailers like Amazon have led the way in providing a search experience that is tailored to every single customer's. We've heard Jeff Bezos' famous words, if I have 2 million customers, I want 2 million websites or 2 million Amazons. So how does it work? With personalized search, user behavior is tracked and their affinities are mapped in real time. As this happens, users see results that highlight products that they have an affinity to without compromising on the relevance. So if let's say I'm searching for t-shirts and I prefer a certain brand, products from that particular brand will be shown first. And this all stems from the click behavior and a lot of the analytics that gets tracked on the site. As Google becomes a more contextual search engine that is able to understand the intent as well as context, e-commerce site search is also moving in that direction. So what do we mean by context? With contextual search, a user's activity is tracked to derive a pattern or context in order to deliver relevant and timely results. For example, if I search for London and then search for castles, I should see results for castles in London. A great example of this is one of the 12 common query types as characterized by a Baymard study with coordination with Unbox. It's called an implicit search. Here, customers expect results based on their activity on the e-commerce site. So if I'm browsing women's category and I search for shirts, you want to make sure that you're showing women's shirts and not men's shirts. Okay. Natural language queries are also gaining in popularity, and Google's latest update in 2015 has taken their understanding of natural language one step further. So for instance, you can see here, If I'm searching for who was US president when the Angels won the World Series, how does Google slice and dice the data to actually figure out what the answer should be? This behavior is being seen in e-commerce site search as well. Natural language queries need a sophisticated engine that seamlessly parses these queries, finds their meaning, the context again, and is capable of directing users to the exact product they're looking for. Currently, most e-commerce companies resort to manual merchandising and correction to solve these queries, which is often a time-consuming and frankly unnecessary exercise because it's a technology solvable problem. Next is visual search. So catalogs are holy grail in e-commerce, right? That's the source of all information. And so it also makes it the limitation of all the information. So limitation is when a customer is searching for a product using a keyword that doesn't exist in the catalog, but there are products that match that particular query. So to overcome this limitation, a new technique is being used to generate meta tags with relativity scoring based on the product's image. So you can see here on the left, you have a context called colors. What can we gather from the colors from the product for colors from the product image? And here's concepts. So these are some of the keywords that may not necessarily exist in the catalog, but are being able to be generated using technology. While relevance and personalization are two tenets of a great site search experience, it's also critical to involve a merchandiser and their insight in order to meet key business goals. So merchandisers have a pulse on what the customers like and can accurately highlight products that different customer segments will prefer. So for example, by effectively targeting customers, merchandisers can highlight trending products in search results based on device or location, or target customers searching on mobile phones to see curated search results that allow for easier product discovery. Here's an example for how merchandisers can target searching for a dress and show them results relevant to their location. So left, you can see if somebody's coming from the state of California or from a warm region relatively versus a cold region during the winter, what are the different kinds of products that we want to show or can't show. All right, let's take a quick poll just to understand another aspect which will drive the understanding of our audience today. So the poll is, do you offer personalized site search on your site? The answer is yes, no, or you plan to. We'll give everybody about 10 seconds to respond. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So let's get into the second segment, mobile. Mobile search is a very different ballgame. The rules on mobile are new and ever-changing. And with site search being the most important discovery channel on mobile, it's critical to keep a close watch on mobile site search trends. Today, we'd like to run you through two major mobile site search trends. Okay. Imagine search has the potential to be game-changing innovation. Here you can see the process of image search on a leading e-commerce site, which makes it effortless for mobile customers to find products similar to an image they've clicked. So either I find this image somewhere on the internet, or I take an image and post it onto the website. This innovation takes away the effort of typing out a search query and also shows results which are not only relevant, but also visually similar to what the user had in mind. Another similar prediction is the advent of voice searching capabilities. Again, voice search enables users to search faster and reduces the chances of spelling errors. However, if you're implementing voice search, make sure your site search engine can support natural language queries, as users tend to use voice search for specific long tail queries, and customers become very wordy when using voice. Another trend that's surfaced recently is recent searches within the autocomplete on mobile. User behavior on mobile suggests that users search for the same product multiple times before purchasing. So recent searches help customers perform searches multiple times with minimal effort. The other idea is also mobile experiences get interrupted a lot. So if you want customers to get back to where they left off very quickly, recent searches come in very handy. All right, the third area of our predictions is the usability side of things. In this section, we'll look at some of the usability trends we've observed recently. So we've all seen the evolution of a simple autocomplete to a powerful product discovery tool. And it doesn't stop there. The humble autocomplete is becoming a canvas for merchandisers where they can showcase popular, high converting products for every search suggestion. Here's a great example from Home Depot. As you can see here, specifically when I highlight on a specific query, the products on the right-hand side change, and you can actually merchandise which products show up for those particular queries. For retailers offering a large number of products across various categories, it is important to tackle head queries the right way. Users should be encouraged to filter by subcategories, and a great way to do this is through guided search, as you can see in this example. Here, Etsy showcases subcategories for the query jewelry, thereby effectively guiding users in the right direction. Here's another example, not an e-commerce site per se, a social media site, Pinterest, but they also do a very good job of trying to guide the customers to the next set of ways to actually create a subcategory. So Pinterest example is an addition of a thematic subcategory, by the way. They're apt for a visual fashion-based browsing experience. So you can see here, I'm looking for winter wear, and they're trying to provide themes to say, is it for work, is it for snow, is it cute, casual, etc. Although cart abandonment tactics are now ubiquitous, a few retailers are now experimenting with search abandon emails as well. So search abandon can help recover high intent customers that know exactly what they're looking for and can greatly impact conversions. For fashion and lifestyle e-commerce, offering a visual experience is key. We predict it's going to be a big year for using video in search results to help customers make quick decisions and avoid the pogo sticking behavior. So pogo sticking behavior is where customers search and click on one of the products in the results just to get more info since there wasn't enough information available right there on the search results. Currently, there are a couple of options like list view versus grid view option or a quick view option that provides more details on a modal window. But we believe video is what's going to become extremely important. Next is faceted search has been a pain point for online shoppers for quite some time. From irrelevant facets to a poor user experience like just showing single select, there are several issues with faceted search on e-commerce sites today. In this example, you can see how the filters are relevant to the search query. That is, if I'm searching for men's casual shoes, apart from relevant filters, we also suggest adding dynamic filters that are automatically positioned based on usage. So if customers use the shoe type filter most often, that filter moves to the top position. It's not an easy problem to solve. However, I think retailers are now tracking analytics on this and seeing the impact on conversions when it's not a good user experience. And we predict that more retailers will now add relevant and dynamic filters to their sites for search. Patience with poor error correction mechanisms runs low. Because Google and Amazon provide such a great spell check experience and multi-stemming experience, customers are likely to abandon a search if they aren't auto-corrected. And we believe they shouldn't have to go till the search results page to realize they've made a mistake. So now the trend has been to moving autocorrections right into the autocomplete. And this is a wonderful example of preempting an error and giving the user a truly seamless experience. Another recent innovation focuses on giving customers a way to modify queries easily. Here's an example where Pinterest allows users to modify keywords instantly. As you can see, each word is very easily isolated, so you can remove and add quite easily. Okay. Next is intelligent results layout. As site search technology becomes more personalized and contextual, search usability is taking a similar turn. Now, here, intelligently modifying the user experience based on the type of query is the way forward. In this example, Walmart shows an appropriate list view when searching for cameras and a image-centric grid view when searching for shoes. So apparel or image-catching fashion-related products, showing a grid view is always easy. But if you're selling both fashion and electronics, let's say, or crossing categories from one vertical to another, you want to make sure that the system automatically identifies what category of products customers are searching for and automatically show the right view to make the user experience much, much seamless. Okay. um, Helping users discover visually similar products solves a key discovery problem faced by fashion and lifestyle sites. So, how will customers find what they have in mind, considering the numbers of attributes they can use? Allowing them to show products that look similar to an item they like solves this issue. So if I'm looking at this particular set of shoes, I like this one particular shoe. I don't know why. It might be the color, it might be the style, it might be the price, or I know exactly why I like that shoe. I want to just see and evaluate other alternatives to that particular shoe. How can I quickly do that? And this is one of the experiences that we believe is going to become very useful. In this example, we see a unique way to refine search results, that is by keyword. This gives users the freedom to refine based on any parameter, and they aren't restricted to a given set of filters. Okay. Within the objective, so scoped search also we believe is going to become popular with the objective of making sure customers reach the right set of products faster and with minimal refinement. Scoped search is being seen on various e-commerce sites. Here's an example from Rent the Runway, which uses their top refinement parameters like delivery date and size to make sure customers only see products that are relevant to them. And this also brings up an important point in terms of how do you define the search experience that is going to be a differentiator for your business. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of products that you sell, a lot of competition also sells. So how do you make sure that the customer gets a better experience is because you want to make sure you can imprint your differentiators into the site search experience. And that is the way to forward in terms of trying to customize and make it more relevant to the customers buying on your site. Okay. Um, Next is users expect to see content also, right? Very important. This has been sort of a trend we've seen, but it seems like it's going to be somewhat exploding this year, primarily because users are now beginning to expect a more guided experience while shopping online. So a lot of times, depending on the vertical, obviously, I might be interested in a project and not know how to actually do the project. I might be interested in reading about the project first, and then there might be products that I buy to finish the project. So buying guides, idea books, or lookbooks help them make purchase decisions faster. So including these within the search results offers superior experience and can result in higher conversions. All right, any questions? Let's see. All right. One quick question is, does Unbox provide personalized search? We do have a personalized search engine. So our search results are personalized based on user behavior and also based on the clickstream data that we collect. And we take it actually one step further where we personalize based on individual queries and individual customers rather than just collaborative filtering, which is a common practice. Okay. Question number 2, how should natural language queries be handled? So natural language queries obviously requires a natural language processor, um, which is key which is key because understanding what the keywords mean in the context of each other. So both contextual relevance and semantic relevance become important, but also then understanding certain keywords like, say, dress under $10. When I say under, less than, between, greater than, uh, etc., have a particular type of connotation and have to be interpreted in a specific way. So it requires a natural language processor, and then you have to write algorithms based on that interpretation as to how you want to handle the search to actually work. I have one more question that has come in. Does Unbox provide personalized sorting products on category pages? That is correct. It's a question outside of site search, but we do provide for category pages also. Requires a little bit of customization from our perspective, but it is required. It is possible because ultimately categories are also search. It's essentially a search with a filter. So show me all products filtered by this category is essentially what category pages are. A lot of these ideas seem like they can be applied to site-wide refined filters as well. Are there any that you have found to be most impactful for search specifically? Um, so refining and filtering, absolutely, you want to make sure that on category pages, number one, on category pages, it's very easy to apply filters because you know exactly the product set that you have and the type of results you're going to get. However, if you want to make sure that that same set of filters and the order of those filters that they show up in shows up in search, it's not that easy because you can find and search same product 1,000 different ways. So you cannot sit there and physically type in every single permutation and combination and point to that category listing. So you do need a systematic approach and a solution that figures it out from that perspective. However, um, what is more important to understand is that the filters that work for the category pages. So you already know your customers are navigating your category pages, and there is a certain order of those filters that is more optimized. You want to make sure that that same optimization is reflected into the search experience. Hopefully that answered that question. Do you automatically determine metadata that can assist in delivering a semantic and contextual relevant search experience? That is, analyze a product photo to extrapolate color, etc. So this is a very emerging technology. It's not obviously by any means perfected yet. So it's still an emerging technology. We wouldn't say that we're there yet, but we've started to experiment with this last year, and we believe that this year we're going to go to the next level. But the idea is exactly that. So let's say, for example, there's a particular T-shirt, and you have put in that it's a white T-shirt, it's cotton, it's for men's, it's a size large, medium, small, etc. But let's say it does not say it's casual or it's a casual look, and the customer is looking for is a casual look. That's what they search for. How do we make sure that that T-shirt that is supposedly casual look shows up? And that's the kind of data, metadata, that we are looking to generate. So once we run the process through, the metadata will be automatically generated, that is correct, and will be used within the relativity scoring system. So if some keywords generated that don't necessarily are very relative to that product, which is a low probability scoring, won't get used, but the ones that are high will definitely get used. Okay, I believe that's all the questions. Hopefully I was able to answer. Um, Fantastic, no more questions. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate you asking all the questions. Um, if you are interested in grading your site and to understand what, from Unbox's context, how well, good, or awesome your site search is, please go to unbox.com/grader, submit your site. We'll do an analysis of your site based on industry best practices and our experience, and give you an idea of where we believe the opportunity exists. This is a really great, it's free, first of all, and it's a really great way to see where you can start and where the low-hanging fruits are to start addressing your site search opportunities. All right, well, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate, again, your time, and please be on the lookout for more webinars coming from us, and we'll see you again soon. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Our email address is sales@unbox.com, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys and have a conversation. Thank you.